Well, greetings from the sales floor of Ellingson Motor Cars here in Rogers, Minnesota, northern suburb of Minneapolis, Minnesota, and a mere 45 minutes away by car from the International Airport. So if you want to come and take a look at our inventory in person, by all means do it. But today we're going to talk about our latest acquisition, a 1976 Cadillac Eldorado Convertible. You're going to want to watch this entire video from start to finish because we'll do a cold start, we'll do a walk around, give you more and more of the details of this really remarkable automobile. Like I said, the last of the big full-size Cadillac convertibles. The federal government was putting all the screws on all the people wanting to have the convertibles and whatever. And so, unfortunately, for some people, that was the last of the big Cadillac convertibles. And they didn't come out with another Cadillac convertible till the Elante back in 1987, many years later. So you can get all the information by clicking on the link in the description, and it'll take you right to our website in this particular automobile where you'll have all the pricing and more information as well. Plus, you have access to over 100 additional vehicles we currently have in inventory, and our website being www.ellingsonmotorcars.com. So if you want to look up that kind of stuff, by all means do it. We have lots of stuff that you can get information, and maybe we have your dream car right here on the sales floor. Remember, ellingsonmotorcars.com. Well, let's get back to the details of a 1976 Cadillac Eldorado Convertible in Cotillion White, which is a great color for this car. But man, is that a big car. I mean, when you think about it, it is almost 20 feet long and almost 5,000 pounds. I talk about getting your money's worth for old cars. This is probably one of the best examples right here. And of course, Cadillac being this was going to be the last one, they put all the bells and whistles on it. If you want all those things, it kind of has all of it. It's got the big 500 cubic inch V8, plenty of power, lots of torque. It's hooked up to an automatic transmission, of course. Front wheel drive, another thing that was real special at that particular time. But then comes all the options, of course. Power steering, standard, which you definitely, with a car of this magnitude, you need power steering for parking and whatnot, ease of handling. Power disc brakes all the way around on this particular car. Plus you have things like extras, like you've got tilt control, tilt steering. You got the pull-out steering as well. You've got cruise control, power windows, power seat, power antenna, power top. I mean, Cadillac really knew what they were doing. And since it was supposed to be the last of the big ones, they wanted to make sure their customers were going to be very, very happy. The other thing that I really like, of course, they have the wide white walls on this particular car with the full hubcaps and the radial tires. Just makes this car go down the road, floats. Like, I mean, it is just a massive car, and it just handles really, really nicely. But yes, they didn't do many changes from the 75 to 76, just a few subtleties. I love the red pinstriping on there, and of course, the Cadillac hood emblem right there is just second to none. When you look out over that hood, you have a massive hood to look at. Now, let's take a look at the inside, of course. It's going to be white leather with the Firethorn red dash and actually in the carpet and all the trim stuff as well. Firethorn power top, of course. Mirror flip as a switch, and you can go from an open convertible to a closed one very quickly, which is nice. But yes, it's got all those options, and everything is in such nice condition. I mean, it really is one of those kind of dream cars if you're looking to have your first Cadillac. Maybe you want your 100th Cadillac. We've got a really great example right here. The other thing it does have, because if you own a car of this sort, people are going to ask you to do parades. They're going to ask you to be the king and queen kids in the prom, you know, going to prom. They're going to want all that stuff. And if you want to ride on the back and wave or whatever, it does have the hard parade boot as well, which is really nice. That way it saves no damage is going to be done to your convertible top by people sitting on the back. Talk about room in the trunk. Oh my gosh, you got room for 2, if not 3 sets of golf clubs, so you can take your friends and go to the golf course with this particular car. Even has a power trunk lock. So one thing you always got to be careful with those, don't get your fingers. That thing really has some suck down power. You just got to make sure you remember that when you put it down, it just zoop, does all that hard work for you shutting the trunk. No, It's just one of those cars that just really has a great look. Everything about it is really nice. Now you can find all of our stuff on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and even TikTok as well. So give us a like, leave us a comment, or subscribe. We appreciate it very much. You have all the information on this car, our current inventory, and as kind of an added bonus, some of the cars we sold over the last few years as well. So if you enjoy looking about all old cars and whatnot and things that intrigue you, take a look at those sites. It's kind of fun to do on your spare time, if you will. Now, I'm one of these kind of guys that go, you know, I really like videos. They're great. You have the startup, you hear all the way a car sounds, all that good stuff, but I want to come and look at it in person. By all means, we are more than welcome to have anybody come to Ellingson Motor Cars. We are open Monday through Friday from 10 until 5, Saturdays 10 to 4 as well. So if you got to come down, take a touch and make sure, yeah, that's a real car. It really is. I don't think there's going to be any difficulties with anybody getting in and out of this car. Lots of leg room, lots of, like you say, you got tilt, telescoping steering, you got power seat, you got all that stuff. It's going to be one of those wonderful cars that you can do. The other thing I always highly suggest, if you own, be it a Cadillac, a Ford, a Chevy, a Studebaker, a Hudson, whatever, join the local Cadillac club, no matter what. It's always a nice group of people that have the same passions and love of cars that you do, especially the Cadillacs. Plus, you always have connections with perhaps what we call Mr. Wrench, the guy, if you have a question about the engine or mechanical, there's somebody always in the club that is more than willing to lend you a helping hand. Now, you're going to say, I live in California. I need this car shipped. How in the heck would I get that to there? We have several sources to get cars shipped any place in the world for that matter. We did just sell a 1959 Cadillac to the Philippines. So you know what? There are places we can send these cars wherever you want it to go. Just make sure you have garage space. Did sell a Cadillac one time to a guy. It was a Fleetwood 59 and it didn't quite fit in his garage. So just make sure that being one of the considerations when you buy one of these old cars. Now, you can say, well, I can't get it financed. I don't know. Where do you go to get that done? Well, we have several sources for doing that as well. You can, we can lead you on to those kind of connections. And so if you're looking for financing and they know what collector cars are, we can help you with that as well. Well, 1976, the spirit of 76, it was the spirit of the convertibles, the last of. Cadillac did one tremendous job getting this car done. Absolutely gorgeous car, beautiful, options, just all around one of those cars that you just got to make sure it fits in your garage. But it's talking about a nice road car. Put that top down, let the wind blow through your hair. I'm a big fan of convertibles. I don't know if you've noticed that, but you will if you watch some of our additional videos as well, because convertibles are just something special, especially in our climate to summer when it's nice here in Minnesota. Boy, a convertible is just the way to go. So thank you again for watching our video. If you have any questions about this particular car, anything that we can do, give us a call, 763-428-7337. And there's always someone here to answer any and all questions you may have about this car or any of our other inventory as well. So with that being said, thank you again, and we'll see you next time at EllingsonMotorCars.com.